Good day everybody, it's your guy here, the unknown, and today I want us to look at something very important. As I always say guys, if you're coming to your charts and you don't know exactly what you're looking for, you are simply gambling. You need to know what you're looking for at what time, okay? You need to have a process that you follow, knowing exactly what you are looking for before you even come to the charts, okay? So without further ado, let's jump into this. This is the most explosive trading strategy for indices, and we have steps that we follow. This is what I mean when I say you need to have a process. You need to know what you are looking for. You need to know what must happen before you take an execution. Okay, so here are the steps. I'm going to be explaining the steps quite quick. Okay, the first step is to identify trade volume before the session. It's important. I will explain on the charts. Sometimes you won't be able to see this one, so you can continue. The next step is to wait for the session to open. We are talking about the New York session here because these are indices. Okay, so we are talking about the New York session. It starts at 9:30 a.m. US time. Okay, if you're in South Africa, it starts at 15:30 p.m. Okay, it's changing to 16:30. Okay, because of US daylight saving time. Okay, if there are news, we wait for the news to trade because you can't predict news, and you don't want news to ruin things for you because they can weak both sides and that can take you out. Okay, and once that one is met, we want to see a chart pattern. As I already said, 90% of my executions are based on a chart pattern, and the reason we want to see a chart pattern is we don't know what insiders are planning for the day, so we want to give them time to do their job, and once they are done with their job, they will tell us that they are done. Okay, they will show out their footsteps. Remember, when they are building a pattern, mostly they are gonna be creepy and they are gonna be like tricky. So we want to wait until they are done with the job, because once they are done, they will leave. Okay, remember what I said, we don't want to take trades that are playing around. We need trades that are exploding immediately after we enter. Okay, so let's say this is a chart pattern. Fine, once a chart pattern is shown, we want an evidence candle. Guys, an evidence candle is the big breakout candle that breaks out of the pattern. If you look into your playbook, this is page 11. Okay, your playbook. For those who don't have it, it's in the description. On the playbook, I used big candles intentionally. I didn't use the line once they break out of the neckline. I use these big candles. Why? Because I wanted to show you that we are not just looking for any breakout, of which I'll demonstrate on the charts in a minute. We want big candles that break out of the pattern. In simple terms, we want this evidence candle to be the biggest candle that breaks out of the pattern, and is the biggest candle from all the candles that made the last leg. When I say the last leg, is from the last touchdown. Okay, so this must be the big breakout candle. We are not just looking for any breakout candle, we are looking for the big breakout candles, and that is highly important. Okay, highly important. Okay, so once this one is met, we need it to happen at the correct time. We are talking specifically about this evidence candle. Okay, it must happen at the right time, and the main idea is, sorry guys, the main idea is we want a candle that actually happens as close as possible to the o'clock mark, or as close as possible to the half-hour mark. This is highly important. So for that reason, I'm only willing to take an trade when the evidence candle happens from 20 past to 22. Okay, to 40. Very strict on this one. Okay, or if it happens between 50 and 10 past. Okay, why? Because these times are as close as possible to, okay, sorry guys, these times are as close as possible to the o'clock or to half past. However, some the ones I prefer are the ones that happen between 5 and 55. Why? Because these are the ones that are as close as possible to okay, it's 55 guys. Okay, just 55. Let me just write it to save time. 55. So if they happen from 55 to 5 past, they are as close as possible to the o'clock mark. So I call this my golden times. If it happens at 25 to 35, okay, these are as close as possible to the half-hour mark. So these are the golden times. I love it when this particular candle, evidence candle, happens at these times. Okay, I'm gonna take it if it happens from 20 to 22, but if it happens from 25 to 55, I love it. Okay, so once that is met, that's when you take the trade. Maximum stop loss is 25 pip, minimum is 15, but I just advise put 25 because that's the safest one. The goal is not to have tight stops, but to have stops that are protected. I believe you understand this. Now let's go to the charts, and we actually gonna explain a lot. Okay, so I'll start from trades that actually happened yesterday. Okay, and I will start with the Nasdaq, because this is the one I took. Okay, let's identify who's trapped. Okay, trapped volume before the session. As you can see, they sent people up, they came down, and session open. We are coming to the session to do our analysis 10 to 5 minutes before the session opens. Okay, and my session opening is highlighted by this box. This box is during the New York session. Okay, so okay, good. So when we are here, who is trapped? When I talk about trapped, guys, I talk about who is losing, who is at a negative. Obviously, people who went down are at a negative here. Let's say somebody sold here, they are at a negative when prices are here. Let's say somebody bought somewhere here, they are at a negative. So at this point here, we can tell who is trapped. So we proceed. Okay, sorry, we proceed. Okay, wait, is this yesterday? Yes, it is yesterday. So we proceed, right? Okay, so what's the next criteria that I just mentioned? We wait for the session to open, and strictly we do not take the first candle because it's going to be the biggest candle or it's going to be a stop hunt. Remember, there are many pending orders that are placed throughout the day, and they are waiting for the New York session to open. Immediately when the New York session opens, that's when we're gonna see a lot of orders coming into the market. Okay, so this is highly important. We don't take the first candle. Okay, so we have done this one, we were unable, and as I said, sometimes you won't be able, but you don't proceed to this one until one is met, and you don't come to this one unless this one is met, and you don't come to the trade unless all these three are met. Okay, so now we're gonna wait for a chart pattern. We are gonna wait for the session to open, then we want to see a chart pattern. Okay, good, let's go there. I'm gonna be a little bit quick. Where is the first candle? The first candle, as I said, is this big one. It's a big candle. Okay, now the session has opened. We don't take the first candle. That's good. I'm gonna zoom somewhere here so that we can all see. Okay, so what we do, prices go up, and guys, now this is the high, daily high. This is the low that was reached yesterday. This is the high. I mean, the red one is the closing price. Okay, it's the closing price of yesterday. So when a pattern is being built on either of these lines or the low, I call this one an A+ setup. Okay, because this is a high probability setup for me. When a pattern is built on the level, this is a high setup for me. Okay, so now we want to do what? To see a chart pattern. For me, I mark my pattern as it is building up, because you won't know. Okay, I'll show you. This is a head and shoulder. I put this as the pattern is building up, and it is for the market to actually approve of it or reject it. Okay, so what I saw yesterday was this is the trade I took. I saw this head and shoulder. Somebody will say, but this is not a head and shoulder. What do you mean? Okay, I'll show you what I mean. You see, this is a head and shoulder. You see, this is the neckline. Remember, they go up, make a shoulder, come down, bounce on it, go up again, make a head, come down, bounce on this line, and go up. You see, they gave a pin plus and an engulfing candle. This is a very strong combination, so there are people who bought. You see, this is a pullback, and then they break out. So this is a pattern, but this pattern, I've never seen it. Oh, you've never seen it? Okay, fine. Okay, this is in your playbook. Okay, this is the playbook that you have. Okay, head and shoulders, but I went deeper and I gave you a variation of head and shoulders. There are many head and shoulders that you have to master. Okay, so there's a head and shoulder with two heads. Okay, there's a head and shoulder with two heads. I know most of you are not familiar with this one, but it's still a head and shoulder. If you practice it enough, you will see that. So the one I saw was literally this one. You see, shoulder, they come and make a head and they make a shoulder. Sometimes, yes, this shoulder is not going to be as big as you want it, because sometimes they are not going to give you a pattern that as clean as you need. And if you read at your playbook, I'll come to this later in a moment, okay, because this is also important. So you see, this is a descending head and shoulder, exactly what was given, okay. So this is a descending head and shoulder, okay, very beautiful head and shoulder. And then now what's the next step? The next step actually is, okay, we saw a chart pattern. Now we need a evidence candle, which is the big breakout candle happening at the right time, okay. So let's go to the chart and see if that was given. This is the big breakout candle. This is the last touch, this is the last leg, and they give eventually a big candle, and this happens to be one of the biggest candle from the head, okay, one of the biggest candle from the head, okay. So this is an evidence candle because it broke out, right? Okay, now let's look at the time, okay. You see down here is 36. If we go back to our timing, what did we say? We said I'm willing to take it from 20 past to 22, but if this one was just 1 minute after the golden time, so the time is still perfect. And I used this tick box here, guys. I've updated your playbook, okay. You'll be able to get it, okay, because everybody who has it, every time I add and update it, you get the new one, and these updates are for life, okay. So look at this, guys. Okay, I used this, okay. The pattern was a head and shoulder, okay. And is the pattern perfect? For a pattern to be perfect, it needs 3 touches up and 3 touches down. But for a head and shoulder, it's an exemption. Why? Because already head and shoulders have 3. 1, 2, 3. So literally head and shoulders send people into the wrong direction 3 times. And the number 3 is very important. If you follow Steve Mauro, you know the significance of number 3. So head and shoulders are always perfect if they play out perfectly. Why? Because they send people into the wrong direction 3 times, okay. Pattern time, I say that if a pattern takes over 1 hour to build, okay, that means we can target 100 bips, okay, or 100 points. Sometimes market condition will tell you how much to target, but for a head and shoulder, I told you it's different, okay. Head and shoulder, it's different. How do you target on a head and shoulder? Simple. You take the neckline and you measure up to the head, okay, and then you take this distance times 2, okay, this distance times 2 shabaka. When it's times 2, this is your target. You see, literally it was 100, but because now it's happening somewhere down here, you can simply target 92. Wow, this is so beautiful, you see. But this is the longest way of doing it. I'll show you the simplest way. You take a Fibonacci tool, you can take it from down here, because this is the touchdown, all the way to the bodies or the wicks of the high. You see what this does, it takes this distance and multiplies by 2, okay. So let me show you how to set it, okay. Please pay close attention. I'm gonna be fast here. Just take a screenshot or pause the video, okay. 0 is to 0 0.0, 0 0.5 is to 50, 1 is to 100, okay. Then you proceed. 2 is to 200 and 3 is to 300, and you'll have some digit here, you just delete them. I repeat, 0 is to 0 0.0, 0 0.5 is to 50, 1 is to 100, and 2 is to 200, and 3 is to 300, okay. This is your Fibonacci tool. And then when you just put it on the low here on the neckline, last touch on the neckline, and then you just pull it to the top. This is how you target. So even if you targeted 1 expansion or 2 expansion, both of them actually hit your take profit, okay. So for head and shoulders, you don't look at the pattern time. Why? Because head and shoulders by nature are not that big, okay. Head and shoulders are not that big. You see, it only took 30 minutes, but it gave a massive move down, plus 130 pips down, okay. So that's how you target with a Fibonacci, okay. So I think we are done with this one, but I want to compare it with S&P. I told you, okay, as for trap volume, they did the same. They opened in the middle. We don't chase the first candle, and let's see what happened. Okay, what did they do? Oh, they went up. Your job is just to track this move. First they draw something like a shoulder, okay. The shoulder will be somewhere here, okay, and the head will be somewhere here, okay. Your job is to track patterns, just see any possibility of what they are building. And they failed. When they fail, yes, you can track it. Now the shoulder comes here, then the head goes there, and then what's pending? We need another shoulder this side. Okay, fine. they came and broke out without, you see, they didn't even bounce anywhere. This is not a bounce, it's an inside candle. If you look at the previous one, this is not an inside candle, it's an engulfing candle, so it went all the way up. So that's the difference. I hope you see this. This one failed because it didn't have the other shoulder. So this is not a pattern. Yes, they collapsed, but we don't have a pattern. If we don't have a pattern, we don't take it. So the Nasdaq yesterday was the one that gave the easiest trade, and I told you, look at them at the same time, compare them and take the easiest one. Okay, don't get married to a certain asset, take the easiest one. That's the most important thing. Okay, and for those who maybe looked for the Dow, okay, let's look at trap volume before the session. You can see same thing, they come down, we don't know who is trapped. Okay, we proceed. Sorry. And as we are proceeding, we are wait for the session to open. Okay, then we want to see a chart pattern. Trap volume before the session, we were unable, so we continue. But from the next one, we don't go to the following one unless this one is met. There was no news, we waited for the session, but we avoided the first candle, right? Yes. And now we want to see a chart pattern. Okay, chart pattern. S&P failed on the chart pattern. Okay, so if it fails on the chart pattern, we don't go to the next criteria. It failed for the day. If it gives a pattern and fails on the evidence candle, then we do nothing, we go to another one. Okay, so I'll show you this. Okay, so now we need a pattern. We need a pattern on the Dow. What do? They go up, they pull down, pull back. No pattern, no pattern. You can't say this is a triangle. No pattern here. Okay, not even a wedge, not even a head and shoulder. No pattern. They go down, down, down. So on this one, what did they do? They failed here. There is no pattern, so we can't come to the next step because there is no pattern. So this one failed. If you took it, then you should have a setup for it. Okay, because on this, with this strategy, there was no setup yesterday. Okay, the only one was on Nasdaq. Okay, so don't get married to your pair, take the easiest one. Okay, I want to show you something again, because yes, even when they reversed, they did give a pattern, but for me it wasn't the most perfect one. Okay, because this, okay, yes, they gave a triangle. Was it perfect? Was it perfect? We said for a perfect triangle, what happens? For it to be perfect, we need 3 touches on either side. So when you actually look at it, it didn't give any perfect pattern here. Okay, so it didn't give a perfect. Let's see, we have we can count this as a touch, so we have literally 1 touch down, we have 1 touch up, we have 2 touch down. Okay, we have 2 touches down, and we have 2 touch up. Okay, but I like it when it does something like this, but this one was just a W. Yes, we have patterns of a W, but I'm not a fan. But sometimes even if you doubt the pattern, the evidence candle will stick out. Okay, and the timings have to be super correct. So the times was perfect, but for me, I didn't take it because this pattern wasn't perfect for me. Okay, I was at least expecting another touchdown. So things like this happened. You didn't miss, guys. Okay, you didn't miss, because I took the one down and I was done with 100 bips. Okay, so this one wasn't perfect. The same applies to the S&P. Okay, the same applies to the S&P, because even for the S&P, what I literally saw was something like this. Okay, I saw something like this, but it failed. Okay, yes, down, at least we can say this, because this is almost a touch, but it failed. It gave 1 1 2 2, and then it just reversed. So for me, it failed. Okay, so let's go to today. I don't want this video to get too long. Okay, so today, let's see what happened today. Okay, let's identify trap volume before the session. Okay, they go up, down, 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 down. We can't tell who's trapped. Okay, because they just went down, we can't tell who is trapped. Okay, so we're gonna go and proceed. We do what? Okay, sometimes I told you the pattern starts early. The pattern starts early. So this is a triangle, but it's an inverted triangle, which give a beautiful trade. Okay, let's go to the tick box. These days I'm no longer using this tick box much because I believe you all understand this. I use this a lot just to share these things with you. Okay, so guys, before we even come here, there's something I wanted to show you. You see, every time, because this is, I told you, when a pattern completes, one of three things will happen, and that's where you'll have to make a decision. Okay, prices can break out and start trending in the direction. I'm a breakout trader. I want those that break out and trend. Prices may break out, retest the neckline, and then continue trending in the direction. I told you the retest is the safest trade. If you want a very high win rate, wait for retest, but you're not gonna have many trades in a week. You might have one or two trades, but they are highly reliable. For me, I'm a breakout guy because most of the days they'll just go without trapping. Okay, or else prices may break out, give a fake breakout, and then reverse direction or continue trapping. They are gonna reverse or either trap. Okay, so you need to know these are the three possibilities that are more likely gonna happen. Okay, so I gave you all the things you need. Just master this. Okay, just make sure you understand everything written here completely. Okay, because it's important, guys. It's important. Okay, so let's go to yesterday. Okay, the first thing we want to see if there is a pattern. Obviously we didn't see who was trapped. We waited for the session to open. There was no news today. Okay, now we want to see a chart pattern. We got it. We got what? Inverted triangle. Okay, I told you 90% are triangles. Is the pattern perfect? For a pattern to be perfect, we need 3 touches up and we need 3 touches down. Okay, now let's see if this pattern is perfect. Look, we got a touch. They went down, they came all the way, boom, they touched 1. Okay, they came down, touched 2, they come up again, touched 3, they come down and touch again. This is literally 1 2 1 2. Okay, and then they come, touch, and then I told you this is almost a touch. Sometimes they are not going to give it as perfect as you wanted, and then they give a very big candle from the last touch. It broke out, but this to me wasn't convincing, so I never took this one. And I told you an inside candle means reversal or continuation. It depends on where it is building from. Okay, it depends on where it is building from. So in this case here, it's building from the breakout. So this tells us prices are continuing, and then they give us an engulfing candle. Already we had the big breakout candle, which wasn't convincing, so this one is just confirmation. That's why I took it here. Okay, you see, I took it here. Okay, so the pattern was perfect. Let's go and fill in what we need to fill in. Is the pattern perfect? Yes. What pattern time, which is also crucial. The pattern time is actually, you can see they took 55 minutes. Okay, so this is less than 1 hour. What did I say? If it's above 1 hour, we can target 100 pips. So this one was something just for 50 pips. Why? Because the pattern didn't take that long. Okay, so this is a 50 pip target. Okay, so you see, you take your 50 pips and you just had roughly 20 something stops, but it's safe to put 25. So this is a 1:2 trade. Clean. Okay, clean. Okay, so yes, all the things have been met now. Okay, pattern time, it's 55. It's less than 1 hour. Okay, meaning we target 50 pips. Okay, did we have an evidence candle? Yes. Now we need to know what the time at which the evidence candle happened. Okay, very good. Okay, the candle, I'll take this one, is 35. Okay, 35. What we did say on the watch, again, 35 is the perfect time. You see, so everything about this move was so perfect. And if you were to bring the EMA, you will still see that even the EMA confirmed this move. Okay, the 20 EMA did confirm. You see, we are inside the 20 EMA. You see, this move is already inside, so confirmed. Okay, this was a good one, but there's something I want to show you again, very important. Pay close attention to this one. Okay, they now come and build a very a very nice pattern. Okay, they build another very nice pattern. Okay, they build a very nice pattern. You see, they build a triangle. Okay, I believe now you've mastered. I'm not gonna go back to, okay, back and back and back and back. Okay, I believe you now understand all these things. Okay, okay, so what we're gonna be looking at now is, okay, we have a pattern. Is it clean? We will count one up, one down, one up. Oh, sorry guys. One up, two. I mean two, two, and then this is a touch. Obviously three, and then this is a touch. So we have three touches up and down. Now let's look at the pattern time. The pattern took obviously more than 1 hour, so the target is 200. Okay, now do we have an evidence candle? This is where the trick comes in. Now do we have an evidence candle? This candle here, let's look at the times as well. Okay, let's look at the evidence candle. Okay, this one is not an evidence candle, this one is not an evidence candle. Now we get a big candle here. Okay, we get a big candle, but again, this one wasn't an evidence candle. So this candle, yes, this one came at the right time, but for me this one was, okay, it was a good candle, but the breakout candle wasn't an evidence candle. Okay, the breakout candle wasn't an evidence candle. Okay, so when it's this far, literally I wait for maybe a retest. Okay, so this candle wasn't a big candle. We need a breakout candle that shifts the zones. Okay, so this one was full of doubts for me. Okay, and I waited for something like a retest, but again, you can see these candles, these are not the biggest candles because these are the types of candle they gave inside. Okay, so this move for me, I couldn't take it. Why? Because it didn't have an evidence candle that I needed. Okay, it didn't have an evidence candle that I needed. Because of this candle, I couldn't trust this move anymore, so I just waited. Okay, yes, of course this was a big candle, but I didn't trust this candle anymore because of it lacked what I wanted, the evidence candle that really broke out, and then this move reversed. But let me show you something. Okay, once the move is like this, it has failed. Let's go to the Dow. Okay, I'm not gonna go to trap volume again. I'm not gonna go to trap volume. Okay, if you look at the Dow, yes, they went up. Okay, Nasdaq gave a first pattern going up. Okay, and now let's see what we got later. If you pay close attention, you'll see that we got a beautiful rectangle. Okay, remember, it's about taking the cleanest patterns. Okay, we got a rectangle. We got what? We got a rectangle. No, it's not even a rectangle. Wait, we take it from the pin up. Yes, because we need multiple touches. Yes, it's not a rectangle, it's a triangle. So is this triangle perfect? One touch up, one touch down with a pin, two touch up, two touch down. We don't count repetition of touches. Three touch and three touch. So your job is just to remain patient when they are building something. Okay, patient when they're building something. And then we got another touch, but we said for it to be perfect we need at least minimum of 3 touches, and that's when they broke with a super big candle. Super okay, super big candle. You see, we took this body here, this is a super big breakout candle, and that's what gave a beautiful entry. Okay, and let's look at the time. It was 50. So obviously this is a perfect time, perfect candle, perfect pattern. You see guys, it's all about patience. Yes, it came late, but this is how we get moves that are exploding. 200 bips. I told you indices are more, because the pattern times, it's more than an hour, which means we can target 100. But for indices are double as volatile as compared to Nasdaq. So with an index you can just target, if on Nasdaq you're targeting 100, on an index, on S&P you can target 200, because S&P is double volatile as compared to Nasdaq. So you see, it goes 200 bips. Most of the time I just target 200 on S&P if I'm planning to target 100 on Nasdaq. You see, it's about patience. And then of course guys, if you lost this one and you took this one, this is a good loss. Okay, this is a good loss because this is a big candle going down, but I didn't trust this one because of this one. I was just waiting. When this one printed, I was waiting for something like a retest and stuff. Okay, because again, this is how I was looking at it. So wait, let me show you. This is how I was looking at it. You see, so this candle wasn't really convincing. It's not that big, honestly. Okay, it's just 13 pips, so it wasn't that big. Yes, it is the big candle from the last touch, which is good, but I didn't really trust it because of what happened here. This is what took my trust away. Like, they broke out, they gave the small candle, small breakout, and yeah, this is what actually led to me not actually trusting this kind of move. Yes, the time was perfect, but I didn't trust it from here. I was expecting this retest to at least give a bigger candle, but you can see the candles. Okay, because when you zoom them, obviously they're going to be super big, but when you are looking at them, the way you look at them when you are trading, you will see they weren't that super big. So for me, they weren't that much convincing. Okay, so if you took this one again, it's a good trade. At least you took the best candle. Okay, but S&P gave the better one later for 200 bips. Okay, and let me show you something again. Let me show you something. Okay, I believe you understand this. I also gave you the advantages and disadvantages of actually being a breakout trader and being a trader who waits for retest. Guys, I gave you a lot of things on this book right here. Okay, I gave you a lot of things. What page is this? Okay, I gave you a lot of things. I gave you a lot of things, honestly. Okay, and let's go to roughly page 24. Let's see. I gave you many things. Okay, please understand trap volume. Okay, because people underestimate trap volume. You need to know why. Because you see, let me show you an example. They send people out during the Asian. They send people up. They send people up, and then when the session opens, if they give you an opportunity to go up, they are mostly gonna trap you. Okay, they are mostly gonna trap you. This is very important. Don't take a trade into trap volume. They are gonna trap you, and as I say, they trap on the level. Please read these things. I've summarized this whole strategy in a PDF format that you can read whenever you want to, and I'm updating it again. Guys, you have this book. Please read it and master it. Okay, read it and master it. It will help you, because this one also have the different kinds of trends that you must be aware of, because there are different kind of trends you don't want to counter trend. So please read this book, guys. It's very important. Okay, it's very important. Okay, very important. I gave you even examples, and here's the most important thing: never try to predict, just be there. The opportunity will throw itself at you. Okay, you don't try to catch moves, you just present yourself, and what happens? The evidence candle will show up. Don't anticipate today they should give it now. No, just wait. If they're giving it, they will give it. And guys, this is the breakout I need to see. Okay, because if they want or are planning a big move, immediately when this candle closes, those who went down are at super big losses. And you know, when they give a big candle like this and your order got fulfilled here, you can't close this trade. You're gonna be in a very big loss. The least you can do is to pray prices come to break even. Okay, because this is a 25 pip candle. You're gonna pray for prices to come to break even. Okay, and they are gonna keep punishing you. Why? Because they already know that your best option is to pray for prices to come to break even. Guys, please master these things. They happen every single day, and just be patient. How do you identify a pattern? You just be patient and you wait. You'll see when they start hitting a level repeatedly, hitting a level repeatedly. That's when you just draw your line for multiple touches. The line is not supposed to be super perfect, but as long as I love the bodies. You see, one body, two body, three bodies, one body, two bodies. Okay, this is a little bit of a week, but I love most touches on the bodies. And I told you, when they give a touch and never really reach down, That's what I love the most. So guys, hit the subscription button if you haven't subscribed yet. And as for the DAO, again guys, for the DAO, honestly, for me, I really didn't see anything fascinating, because did they give a pattern? Yes, they gave something like this that I saw. But again, as I always say, you see, this is a triangle, 1 1 2 2 3 3, perfect triangle. You see, the patterns will always be there. It's my A plus because it's at the level. But again, you see, let me show you something. No evidence candle. You see, no evidence candle. Okay, no evidence candle, no evidence candle, no evidence candle. You see, this is just small candles, small candles. I'm not taking this. If the breakout was of this candle, oh, you see, oh guys, let me tell you something interesting. These guys have the potential to give you the candle you need if they want to. You see, why are they giving it inside? They know they are coming back down. They know people are going to chase this candle and they're going to come and close them. Why are they giving it on the way down? Because they want people to chase it. Okay, why didn't they take this candle or this candle and put it here? It's not like it's so hard for them, guys. It's not hard for them. You see, these candles, they can give them when they want. So if they break out with a very small candle, they didn't want to give you this candle, so you must just wait. Yes, sometimes they will go many bips, but when they are shifting the zones, they want to shift with this candle, so that even those who chase this pin didn't just become a pin, right? It was a big candle going down. Even those who chased it and their orders, because there are many orders that were fulfilled here, hence they never revisited this level again. Because of this candle here, many people chased this candle, their orders got fulfilled here. So when they give you this candle over here and somebody's order was fulfilled here, you can see this person is not going to close. They're just going to hope prices come back to break even. Okay, so guys, this is the reason. If they don't want to give this kind of a big candle here, let them be, and don't fall for that trap. Okay, don't fall for that trap, because they just don't want to give it. When, okay, let me show you something. You see, when they are shifting the levels, they will give big candles. You see, boom, they're falling. They have the big candles they have to give. But if they don't give them here, obviously there's something they are planning. Okay, they want you to keep chasing, and they are planning something they are gonna punish later. Okay, but at least this one went at least 150 pips. But mostly when they give these candles, they are just not going anywhere. So guys, they can give these candles if they want. Okay, and they will give them when they're ready to shift the zone. So don't chase prices. Okay, wait for the evidence candles. And please guys, I gave you everything you need. All you have to do is go and read and master the things that I gave you. They are gonna keep happening over and over and over again. Just master them. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day.